For most series about heroic organizations, 9 out of 10 of those series have a traitor or spy. My Hero Academia is also very likely to be on this list. The traitor is yet to be reviewed, so let us check out some of the most suspected characters in today's video of Vinoo Anime.
To add some tension to the plot, Horikoshi first hinted the existence of a traitor in Chapter 83, when the summer camp ended and Bakugo was kidnapped. Then the teachers had a meeting where President Mike raised the suspicion of a traitor. Ever since, this has become a hot topic for debate and discussion amongst the fans. Let's call him Snake from this point onwards. There have been many questions revolving around this Snake, like, who is it? Is it a teacher, student, or other heroes? Is there just a single Snake or more to it? Is the Snake from a criminal organization or something else? It's just crazy looking at the number of theories based on a single hint from the author. Oh god, this video has a time limit. So in that case, I'm just going to list out some of the most suspicious names on the list. Here we go. Finding the Snake is harder than it actually looks. If you have ever played Werewolf, then you must know the feeling of having to use even the smallest clue to find the wolves in disguise. Should the Snake be any of the students or teachers, then it will definitely disappoint the fans. But the author hinted so, then we just need to let things play out. The Snake could be anyone, but in this analysis, I will just focus on the students. Obviously, the suspects belong to Class 1A, which is notorious for dramas. First off this list is Tsuji Menzo. Tsuji is the most mysterious in our list today. We have never seen his real face, and not many have noticed that he's much stronger than people think he is. Strength A, technique and teamwork at B, and intelligence at C. With his stats, he has a great potential to be a strong character, but in fact didn't. We haven't seen Shoji fight directly, but we do know that he's strong enough to hold down an out-of-control dark shadow. Shoji's quirk is also suitable for eavesdropping since he can change his hands into eyes or ears to eavesdrop, even if he's not nearby. Despite having such great surveillance and spying ability, Shoji didn't even realize that both Tokoyami and Bakugo were kidnapped by Mr. Compress right in front of them. Moreover, his room in the dormitory was almost empty. He explained it's left like that because of his minimalist lifestyle. Still, there's a chance that his room doesn't have much so that he can leave immediately in emergency or avoid leaving trails behind.
Our next suspect on the list is our handsome blonde boy, Aoyami Yuga, with a creepy smile. There's also a chance that an unpopular character can become a dangerous foe, right? Let's just analyze him.
First, he mysteriously disappeared during the USJ arc, and when questioned, he just said it was a secret. In the jungle training arc, Dabi only ignored Aoyami because the mission was a success. What if Dabi realized Aoyami was only one of his allies? On the outside, Aoyami always seemed to be polite and cheerful, but always thinks that his quirk is a drawback. It harms him if he doesn't wear the belt. In other words, this can be the motive for him to reach out to All for One. There's a chance that he and Shigaraki are manipulating him into spying with the promise to fix his quirk. Notice that Aoyami usually maintains a certain distance to the rest of the class. He doesn't seem to be close to anyone. When All for One was arrested, he instantly opened up to Ida and Midoriya. It could be that he realized that there was nothing else that would threaten him, so he could express himself easier. Before that, it's obvious that he didn't really care about studying and becoming a hero, to the extent of willing to be the only one to fail the provisional hero license exam. Was it because he cared for his friends more than becoming a hero? His approaching Midoriya later on was justified by being sympathetic to Midoriya's problem, but could there be any ulterior motives?
The next candidate of this theory is Kaminari Denki, a super popular character amongst MHA fans. Why him? Now, let's analyze it again.
Kaminari's quirk turns him into a mobile GPS device, perfect for jamming signals at USJ and communicating with the League of Villains. Turning dumb when overusing the quirk is supposed to be his alibi, but it could potentially be the perfect cover for the Snake. Kaminari can totally act dumb when he overuses his quirk, getting people off their guard. This makes him seem like he tried to help, whilst losing his combat ability and let the opponents run wild. Besides, the first sketches show that Kaminari's design was completely different from the current one. He looked very evil, with long and very pointy hair. It's unknown whether Horikoshi is trying to hint at something, but in the draft of episode 10, the anime, Kaminari's face looks as if he has two different personalities within him, one good, one bad. Turning Kaminari into the traitor will surely break a lot of fans' hearts, but the plot will definitely get more interesting. However, Chapter 263 has lowered the chance of Kaminari being the traitor. Mini spoiler, it was the scene where Jiro, Kaminari, Yayorozu, Mineta, and other heroes like Cementos, Edgeshot, Mountain Lady, and Midnight arrived at the Meta Liberation Army's base. Apparently, there was an enemy who had a quirk related to electricity. Then Kaminari instantly released super high voltage electricity towards him. Although the chance has been considerably lowered, Kaminari being the traitor will still remain a debatable topic for a long while.
The fourth character on this list is Hagakure Turo. Many fans think her quirk is pretty much useless on the hero's faction and that she can grow much more on the villain side. Hagakure's quirk is perfect for spying on others. During the provisional hero license exam, she could bend light direction and cover herself with it. This means her quirk has a tendency to manipulate light more than just being invisible, and theoretically, it does make us become invisible. But that was not the only reason to suspect her.
During the USJ arc, Hagakure didn't make any appearance. She said she was in the same sector with Todoroki, but her and Aoyama's location was both unknown in the manga. Another small device was that when Class 1A decided to hang out at the mall at the end of the summer vacation, Deku has an accidental crossing with Shigaraki. Guess who suggested that mall? Yes, it was Hagakure.
Finally, the most suspected character, Uraka Ochako. Why is such a cheerful person like her on this list? If you are wondering why, then don't turn off this video just yet and let's just continue.
Speaking about Uraka, we all know she wants to be a hero for money. Suppose money is actually her only concern when enrolling in UA. In that case, there's a chance that she had received money from the League of Villains to help her family. What can be more heartbreaking if Deku's first actual friend is the one who will betray him? If that's the case, then surely MHA's plot will get into a new and even more dramatic phase. There's this thing really interesting about her name. Horikoshi admitted he was a genius himself for naming her Uraka, which could potentially be a wordplay on Urawaza, cheating, or Uragari, disappointment, betrayal. Horikoshi has been famous for his great attention to details. While we think that Uraka Ochako means a fine day, the author is hinting that she's a traitor. Vinoo Anime has a separate video diving deeper into Uraka's traitor theory. You can check that out on our channel.
That was the list of the 5 most potential traitors in the student. Another thing we need to pay attention to is when the traitor first appeared, the location of the summer camp was revealed to the student, so there's still a chance that the traitor is one of the teachers. One of the widely discussed names is President Mike. Eraserhead and President Mike used to have a teammate who was KIA named Shirakumo. The Skill Lab Void is rumored to originate from this old friend. The biggest reason why Mike is deemed as a suspect traitor may have something to do with Shirakumo. We will leave the details on this matter in another video, so stay tuned. The traitor's conspiracy theory is one of the most discussed topics among the fans this day. But even Horikoshi forgot this character when he was interviewed, so there's a chance that this character will never be revealed until the end of the series, despite all of the fans' efforts in finding it. Let's continue watching the series to see whether it will become true or not. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you all in the next video.